I don't think that I could be a lawyer. There's this level of detachment that they have towards the cases. They all just seem to be like Nick Johnson seems to be so matter of fact. Well, not in Nick Johnson's case, but he was just doing his job, and separating reality from what their actual job is. And this channel, Art of Law, he's spoken about Lucy Letby before. I mean, he's quite an interesting chappy, but I think I hate him. Well, today he's talking about the President Trump and the lawsuit with the BBC, which I want to talk about as well. To do with Lucy Letby. I'm not going to get my far right political chat into anything, because I think most of the people who actually follow my Letby stuff are probably left wing anyway. So I'm not. What I want to talk about is, well, firstly, the BBC having these biases like they do with Letby. Any story that's pro Letby innocence, the BBC will either not publish it or be the last to publish it, and vice versa. Anything with a slight whiff of hinting at her guilt, the BBC will be all over it. And the same is true with Trump. They'll never call him President Trump. It's Mr. Trump. In the news broadcasts, on their website, I actually went through and counted once, and I would complain, but I just can't be bothered with them anymore. And the same with this BBC Panorama documentary. When I did actually see it last year, and I actually did notice the splice that they done. But I just thought it was par for the course for them. You know, I didn't even bother complaining about it. So let's just see what has wound me up about it, and the links to the Letby case. Hold on.
Because could Trump sue in England? No, he couldn't. Limitation for defamation in England and Wales is 1 year, and the broadcast was more than a year ago. And we have we got rid of what we used to call the repetition rule, which was every time that the offending statement was republished, it set the clock again. That's now gone. You have to sue from the first date of the publication. There are ways around limited.
Okay, so basically, someone's been hoodwinked out here. The effects have obviously, you know, just because they've only just discovered this crime, basically. I mean, couldn't we do that in Letby's case? Because it was only they were saying it's a statute of limitations, isn't it? They were saying the babies were killed like 3 years ago. When the police came in, it's been a year. You need to have reported it then. And what is annoying me about him, and the same way he covers the Letby stuff, is the matter of factness. You know, that's how it is. That's the law. I mean, I sort of get it. That's his channel. It's all. It is only fact. He does only give factual information. But it's the tone where he's out walking his dog, and you know, this is why Letby's in prison, and why she's struggling with the legal system. You know, this is why Trump can't sue in the UK, even though he's been completely wronged, and it's all just so la-di-da, matter of fact. Here's some puppies. Here's my dog. Nice walk along the pier, get on with my life. I mean, I get it that he's all neutral, but I just don't think I could do that. Like, go up there, like Nicholas Johnson, create this false narrative, knowing that the woman who I'm prosecuting. Okay, so if I was a prosecutor, knowing the other person's innocent, and yes, you've got to get up there and debate, like they do in high school, debate for the sake of debating. I get it, that it's his job, but at the end of the day, I just wouldn't be able to do it with a straight face when the jury come out and believe your ridiculous arguments that you've been making, and then off you go home, have a walk with the dog around the seaside, like the Art of Law does. I just don't think I could do it the way that he does it, and like I said, the same way he covers the Lucy Letby case. Not a care in the world. He just tells you matter of fact. I mean, okay, that's his thing. He's neutral. It's just not for me. I think I hate him. But speaking of the Trump lawsuit, so here are the demands that he's made, and this is what I want to talk about with Letby. The number one demand is immediately issue a full and fair retraction of the documentary and defamatory, disparaging, misleading and inflammatory statements about President Trump in as conspicuous a manner as they were originally published. Now, notice this is number one. Nothing else about that's number one, and I think that is what I would be interested in for Letby. I'm not really fussed about her being in. I don't really. I don't want to say I'm not fussed about her being in prison, but it's not about that for me. It's about the way the media and everyone has gone about it, painting this devil woman, and what I want is her exoneration to be in as conspicuous a manner as the trial and persecution was. And this, like, the guilters who are going on about, well, they're not even guilters, they just care about the legal process. I've been having arguments with someone and he's turned his comment section off because of me, I think. I was like, I mean, I can't say anything. You know what I'm like. These people who are so plugged into the system, and I'm talking about even my own family members, when you say to them you're involved in trying to get publicity for a miscarriage of justice, their initial gut reaction is dismissive, and that the courts are very thorough. They had a very thorough. That's their very first thought, rather than, and that anyone who thinks otherwise is some sort of conspiracy theorist. And it's that ingrained thought that people have got, that is just getting to me, because it's like right at the core, and it obviously comes before even family members. It's like just a natural gut reaction to go, oh no, you must be wrong. Put me back in this nice warm place, please, where the legal system's right and everything's nice and cosy and nothing can go wrong. But yeah, I think I hate the art of law.